Welcome everyone to Living with the Times. Purim is coming, and we'll be reading Megillat Esther, the scroll of Esther. And perhaps the most important word in Megillat Esther is Nahafoch. Actually, it's two words, even though when we say it, it sounds like one word. Nahafoch. It literally means, Nahafoch means everything was turned around. And hu means it, meaning the circumstances of Haman wanting to destroy the Jewish people. But that plot was turned around, and on the same gallows that Haman made for Mordechai, he was hung. So the whole story was turned around from potential disaster, genocide, destruction, to salvation and redemption and joy. So that's the two words, Nahafoch, hu. Now the sages ask, where do we see Esther alluded to in the Torah? And so in the book of Deuteronomy, there's a series of blessings and curses. And in the series of curses, meaning that if we listen to God's word and we follow the Torah, we'll have incredible blessings. But the Torah warns us, if we don't listen to God, it's not a punishment, it's just the consequences of the spiritual measure for measure law of the universe that God has set up. There'll be consequences, and these are what are called the curses. And so one of the worst curses is, God says, Haster astir et panai biyomahu. I will surely hide my face on that day. That day meaning when Israel would turn to idol worship and forsake God. And so the words haster astir is the same root as Esther. And so she's alluded to in the idea of hiding. But it says bayom hahu. So here we get the word hu again. On that day. Hu. Now, one of the ways we're taught to understand these two words is we could actually read it quite literally. Nahafoch hu, meaning nahafoch, the letters that make up the word hu. The word hu is He, Vav, Aleph. If you turn them around, Nahafoch hu, it's Aleph, Vav, He. That word is Iva. Aleph, Vav, He. Iva. Iva means to desire or to have a passion. And so there's a verse that we say in the morning prayers every day. It says, Ki bachar Hashem et Zion, Iva lemoshav lo. That God desired Zion. He had a passion to dwell in it. Iva lemoshav lo. So here we have Nahafoch hu. But this hu is this hiding. Haster aster et panai bayom hahu. When God hides his face, when that is turned around, God reveals himself. And so in the Megillat Esther, God's name is not mentioned. It's hidden. And the whole story, God is hidden behind the scenes. Only after the whole story unfolds did everyone wake up and saw what a miracle What a miracle this was. God was operating behind the scenes the whole time. So here the word who switched around, turned around, is Iva. God had a desire to dwell in Zion. And this is a manifestation of the midrash that says, "Vehitaveh Kadosh Baruch Hu liyot lo dira b'tachtonim," that God had a desire. Hitaveh is the same root as Iva. God had a desire to dwell in the lower worlds. And this is also the secret of the name of this month, Adar, the Aleph, the oneness of God. Most of the names of God begin with an Aleph. And so the Aleph comes to dwell. Dar means to dwell. God had a passion to dwell in Zion. Now these letters of the word Hu, Nahafoch Hu, also appear in a very important place when we have a war with Amalek. And we're told that Haman is from the nation of Amalek. And so when we fought Amalek in the desert, after Yoshua had defeated them, so God says, Yad al-Kes Ka, the hand of God is on the throne of God, that there will be a war with Amalek from generation to generation. And unfortunately, throughout history, we have seen that this is true. That's why on Seder night, we say, B'chal dor v'dor, Omdim aleinu l'chalotenu. In every generation, they come and want to destroy us. But God comes and saves the day. So in this verse, the hand of God, the hand is on the throne of God. So the word for throne is written defective, meaning it's usually kisei, means a throne. Here it's kes, so an aleph is missing. And the name for God used here, throne of God, is not the usual four-letter name of God. It's only the first two letters, which is a name of God in of itself, but it's somewhat incomplete. And so there are three letters missing. And these are the same letters of the word Hu. The He, the Vav, and the Aleph. And Rashi comes and tells us that until Amalek is destroyed, it's as if the throne of God and the name of God is incomplete. And so in the prophet, and we say this every day in the Aleinu, where we say, V'ne'amar, V'haya Hashem lemelech hakol ha'oretz bayom ha'hu yiyeh Hashem echad u'shmo echad. That the day will come when God will be king over all the universe. On that day, God's name will be one and revealed to the whole world. So that is the fixing, the tikkun of the original Hu, which was the plot of Haman. Nahafoch Hu again means that the plot of Haman was turned around and he was defeated. And so this teaching, which I'm giving over now, is so relevant to Israel today in a situation of war, where we are at war with the same energy of Amalek, and we need to destroy that energy of Amalek for God's name and revelation to be one in the world that will come in the Messianic era. So this Purim, may we see nisim v'niflaot, miracles and wonders, just like at the time of Purim, where everything will be na'afochu, And those same energies that came to destroy us, that we will be able once and for all for good to defeat evil, which will lead to the revelation of Mashiach, Bezrat Hashem, soon and in our days.